The big M is going to be anchored here in one of the most affluential areas of Colombo, and much of it one of the prestigious colleges here, Royal College, and the university, Colombo Universities, which is on this stretch of the road. Fabulous. So let's go and see if I can find a place where I can have some Sri Lankan food. Is it a McDonald's? Race course, right, in the old days, which is converted into a more people-friendly place. Is that correct? And everyone is at the McDonald's. Nobody is here at the restaurant. What a shame. Huh? It's a nice little feature. Little Sri Lankan traditional arts and craft. There's a devil's face to ward off the evil spirits. And you've got a restaurant, hello. Dress code, smart casual, fabulous. How's it, Chinese? Okay, wonderful, I'll come in a minute. Thank you. So we got the Xingtao Chinese restaurant here at the top floor, I suppose. So, and all the new features of clothes. Hello. We got the Le Bon restaurants, clothes shop, clothes, shoes, all sorts of things. The origin. Oh, we can't go wrong. We've got McDonald's. It's been replaced here. It's one of the anchored features, right? So the best you can have is a crispy chicken wrap. Is that right? And as usual, anywhere in the world that you would see the youngsters normally get drawn into the McDonald's or Kentucky Fried Chicken. Is that correct? They would forget the traditional meals, and they will forget the traditional Sri Lankan meals and go straight to McDonald's. Yeah, that's what happens all the time. Wherever you are in the world, the McDonald's will bring any of the traditions down to the McDonald's. The big M. There we go. There's the girls coming up straight out of the McDonald's and Kentucky Fried Chicken. And you're going to have some McDonald's as well? No. You know, decided not to have McDonald's instead. So we've got a race course, which is a conversion, which has been converted into a more casual, relaxing spot. Let's have a look. See if I could just about find some traditional Sri Lankan food, but it's a Chinese cuisine, and hence there was nothing Sri Lankan. And we've got McDonald's, we've got Kentucky Fried Chicken, we've got a couple of this very prestigious schools. One is called Royal College, which is, you just about see through that arch, and the university is further afield from there. And it's sad because McDonald's managed to somehow put an outlet right beside the two prestigious places in Sri Lanka for education. One is Royal College, the other is the University of Colombo. And just a moment ago I seen hundreds of kids just inside that McDonald's having McDonald's. Nothing Sri Lankan. Why couldn't they have so authentically Sri Lankan in one of those stores? And this is exactly what's going around the entire planet. Kentucky Fried Chicken, McDonald's, Pizza Hut, and Coca-Cola. and Pepsi Cola. I don't know. Certain countries don't have Coca-Cola for some particular reasons. They don't want to sponsor Coca-Cola, but it's exactly the same recipe. Anyway, having said all that, so the kids coming out of that school in about, I have no idea, about 1:30 maybe they'll finish school. They'll be flooding into that McDonald's, having all McDonald's stuff. So they will be growing, eating McDonald's for the entire life and forgetting about the authentic Sinhalese or Sri Lankan or Tamil or Hindu or Muslim foods in this country. And that's exactly the footprint across the entire globe. So those kids then will get married and have kids, and those kids will be having McDonald's as well. And all of they will be learning to have is McDonald's. So where would that money go? To the United States of America. The model, which is progress is one thing. The progress of the country should be promoting its values, its traditions, its way of life, its food, its culture, and none of that could be seen around. Yes, beautiful architecture, colonial yet from the past. Those structures are all colonial past. The colonial past have left a legacy whereby we are promoting still a massive amount of Western traditions and Western values. And here we are, the new modern world of Chinese. Again, the Chinese are coming over to the country, not just here, but pretty much across the entire footprint of this world. And all they're doing is introducing their way of values, their way of culture, their way of traditions, their way of food. So the kids, the adults, the elderly, the whole lot would be enjoying not the Sri Lankan way of life and traditions, but the Chinese way of life. And where would the progress of this country and its traditions go in the next 10 to 20 years? Sad. It's a sad story, but it's exactly what is going around the entire planet. Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC. There is a big promotional advert. Is that right? So, if I may see, yeah, people might be thinking I'm cynical. I'm not cynical, I'm being realistic here. If you want to progress, a national progress, a nation to come up, holding its values, holding its traditions, holding its cultural values, the food and architectural values, yes, you need to promote that right from the very start of the childhood, about that means and ways of life and the food that we eat. And I've been spending 20 minutes, 40 minutes already. I haven't come across a Sri Lankan eatery to this moment in time. All I can see is so much of the Western style of food and the Western style of living styles being introduced, but none of the traditions of Sri Lankan or the Sri Lankan foods are here. Here we have a tea shop. Let me go and see if I can find something Sri Lankan, something traditionally Sri Lankan food. It looks like Sri Lankan food to me. Yeah. Now serving breakfast, lunch and scrumptious snacks at any time of the day. And the Kentucky is down the road. Extract. So it's again the Western style of clothes, Western style of dress code. What we have is, development is one thing. Progress is one thing, but holding on to those traditional pieces of foods and cultural elements should be not a single good place of a restaurant that I could sit inside and enjoy a good piece of, there's the That's the legend, of course. Anyway, having said that, stereo. Yeah, you need all this. You need all of these things. At the same time, you also need a little bit of that. It's traditions to be held here in the country. The tea breeze. Oh, now that looks nice. Might go inside and have a look at this place.